अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य से काज सब आज कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। Welcome all to the new year. Today is a new year, first day of the new year. And if we are doing Swadhyay on the first day of the new year, that means we are going to do Swadhyay throughout the year. So it's a very good and auspicious occasion for all of us. And today we are going to connect with Acharya Kunkund Dev. And we are also going to connect with Pravachan Sarji Granth. So many good things happening today at the same time. So the lesson number is 6, the 6 cases. In grammar, you must have studied this. We would have studied 8 cases. In grammar, it is 8 cases, but here it is written as 6 cases. Because last two cases are not included, Sambandh and Sambodhan. Okay. Why those two are not included? That we'll discuss in the last chapter.
One Sambandh.
Sambandh and Sambodhan. These two are not included. And we are going to discuss at the last paragraph of this chapter. But before that, there is a good introduction of Acharya Kunkund Dev that we must read. So, in Hindi version, it is given here. Two lines are there, the meaning of which is given in English, but the exact one, Mangalam Bhagwan Viro, Mangalam Gautamo Gani, Mangalam Kunda Kundaryo, Jain Dharmostu Mangalam. So you can see Mangalam Bhagwan Viro, that is Viro means Mahavir Bhagwan. Then next comes is Mangal Gautamo Gani. So Gautam Gandhar, Gani means Gandhar. Then the third name comes is of Acharya Kunkund Dev, Mangal Kunkund Acharya, and then Jain Dharmostu Mangalam. So Bhagwan Veer is auspicious, as also the preceptor Gautam. Acharya Kunkund is auspicious, and so is Jain religion. That is the meaning of this 2 lines. You know, mostly we use these 2 lines as a Mangalacharan. In fact, from this year only I changed the Mangalacharan. Otherwise, I was also doing the same Mangalacharan. So, we will read the introduction. It's a bit long introduction of 2 pages only, and that we will read. In fact, Acharya Kunkund Dev, we must have studied something in Vitrag Vigyan 1, 2, 3, I suppose, but I don't remember right now. So anyways, we will see the introduction of Acharya Kunkund Dev, and I would like Nancy ji to begin.
Sir, 2 minutes. I just.
Okay. I'll make Aditi ji is not there. Darshit ji, you have the book? PDF?
Jai Chinendra, I have it on my screen. I don't have it on my actual screen. I have it on my computer. On my
Have it on computer, so you can share it if I make you a post.
No, I can't share it actually because I don't have it on this gadget.
So who will be able to share? I'll make him or her co-host. Okay, Aditi ji is there, I suppose. So this is. So I'll make you co-host, Aditi ji.
Yes, sir. My computer was not very good at the moment. It just now the audio is working. Can you make?
Okay.
Uh,
So, Nancy ji, are you ready, or I shall give it to someone else?
So what page are we on?
We are on page 32.
Okay.
Acharya Kunkun Dev's introduction. The chapter that we are going to do is the
Six.
6 cases.
Okay. I'll just share.
In Hindi, it is Shakt Karak. Okay, anyway, Nancy ji is going to take some time. So let's begin with Sasikala ji.
That the 6 cases grammar.
Yes.
Acharya Kund. But that you have finished, no? That I leave it.
Yeah.
The great spiritual saint Kundacharya Dev occupies the highest place in the tradition of the Digambar Jain Acharyas. He is remembered immediately after Bhagavan Mahavir and the preceptor Gautam as an auspicious blessing. Every Digambar Jain recites the couplet with the 3 adorables every day reverentially before starting the study of religious texts. Digambar Jain monks feel honored in being included in the tradition of Kundacharya. Shall I continue?
Yes, yes.
Digambar Jain community is unacquainted with the life of Kundacharya Dev as it is acquainted with his name and glory. Always resting in the depth of the soul and away from worldly fame, Kunda has nowhere written anything about himself. Merely his name has been mentioned in Dwadashanu Preksha. Likewise, he has described himself in both Pahud as the disciple of spiritual sentient Bhadrabahu, who had the knowledge of 12 Anga scriptures and who had spread the message of the 14 Purvas. Though the writers afterwards have referred to him with faith and reverence, which throws light on his greatness, yet no particular knowledge about his life is obtained. From the information available, his time is beginning of the Vikram Samvat. In the Tika Prashasti of Shat Prabhit, Shrut Shagar Suri has called him the omniscient of this dark age. He had many great fortunes. He went to Bhagavan Simandar Nath in Videkshetra and offered his homage to him. Devasena Acharya in his Vikram Samvat 1990 in his Darshanashar is a Granth as referred to about is as below. If Padmanandi Nath Kundacharya Dev had not distributed the divine sentiments obtained from Simandar Bhagavan among us the sadhus, how could they realize the real path of liberation? His real name is Padmanandi and is known as Kundacharya, being a resident of Kundapur. Following the works of Kundacharya Dev are available. Sir, shall I continue or you are give explanation? Hello?
Continue.
Okay.
Complete it. Just 2 pages it is.
Yeah. Samaysar, Pravanachar, Panchastikaya, Niyamsar, Ashtapahut, Dwadasana Preksha, and Dash Bhakti, Rayanasar, and Moolachar are also said to be his works. It is said that he wrote 84 Pahuts. It also said that he wrote a commentary named Parikarma on the first 3 parts of Shatkandagam, which is not available. Samayasar is the great unique treatise of Jain spiritualism. Pravarchanasar and Panchastikaya have detailed description of the Jain principles. The above 3 are also known as Natak Trai, Prabhit Trai, and Kundukunda Trai. Acharya Amir Chandra has written elaborate commentaries on the 3 in the Sanskrit language. Commentaries of Acharya Jaisen in Sanskrit also available. During the last 40 years, spiritual-minded Sri Kanji Swami has made Kundukun's literature accessible to common people. He gave discourses on these, had easy and cheap publications of the same, and made them immortal from the worldly point of view by getting the Paramaham temple built in Songat, and by getting the text of Samayasar, Pravarchanasar, Panchastikaya, and Nemasar with their commentaries engraved on the marble slabs of the walls. The above Paramaham temple has become a place of pilgrimage and a site worth seeing. The present lesson has been written on the basis of Pravarchanasar, Panchastikaya, and their commentaries. Readers are advised to study seriously the treatise of Kundukund in order to understand the subtleties of the principles of Jain spiritualism. The 6 cases, grammar.
Wait.
Okay.
Let's do the introduction first.
Yeah.
So, as you have seen, not only Kunkund Acharya, but other Acharyas also, they are not in favor of disclosing their names, and they don't want to show off. Even some of the text, we don't know who is the writer because they never write anything about them or about their personal life also. So, Kunkund Acharya is called the, you can say that he is, there are 2 Srutkand. First Srutkand was started by Acharya Pushpadanta when he wrote Shatkhandagam. That was the first Granth that is to be written about, So the first Granth was Shatkhandagam, and it was written by Acharya Pushpadant and Acharya Bhut Bali. They were both disciples of Acharya Dharsen. Okay. So the books written subsequently after that is called first Srutkand. And then it went on, but by the time Kunkund Acharya became an Acharya in this tradition, before that, just immediately before that, there were no Jains and there were no scriptures, and everything was we can say deteriorating, decreasing. And if Kunkund Acharya would not have, at that point of time, he would not have been there, then our Jain Dharma must have, you can say, completely destroyed. So, Kunkund Acharya revived the whole tradition, and that's why he is called Ditya Srut Skand. Ditya Srut Skand ke Adya Praneta. Adya Praneta matlab founder. So, because of Acharya Kunkundadev, the tradition got restored and the Jain Dharma started spreading, and we are so fortunate that it has come to us. So what Kunkund Acharya had written 2000 years ago, that we are reading now. So you can see the importance of Kunkund Acharya, and one of his succeeding acharyas, he wrote that Kunkund Acharya, he called Kunkund Acharya with respect as Kalikal Sarvagna, because this is a deteriorating era, and in this deteriorating era, he has done the job just like a Sarvagna would have done it. So he was not a Sarvagna, but he did, by writing the scriptures and reviving the whole Jaina tradition, he has done a very admirable job. So he is remembered immediately after Bhagwan Mahavir and preceptor Gautam Ganadhar. And there is very little that we know about his life, but there are two famous stories. One is about the the person who looks after cow and all, Gwala. It's called Gwala in Hindi, but in English, I don't know, shepherd or what, cow shepherd or whatever it's called. So he was a Gwala in his previous birth, and he was working in a Sethji's place, and one day he saw a Muniraj, and he saw a Granth in the jungle, and he thought that the Muniraj must have kept it, and the whole forest had burned, but that particular tree was not burned. It was green as it is because that Granth was there. It was stationed there. So that so that tree remained totally green. All other trees got burnt in the fire. So he thought that this must be some very good religious scriptures and very important one. So he took it, and few days later he came across a monk, Digambar monk, and he gave that Granth to him. And because of that Gyan Dan that he did, he got birth in the same family where he was working. He got a birth in the same family, and then he became Kunkund Acharya in that birth. So just by giving the Granth to that Muniraj, he bound those auspicious karma, and after a few days he died in that birth, and he took again birth in Sethji's place. So Sethji didn't have any issues till then, and suddenly he got this as his son. And so this is one very famous story about Kunkund Acharya giving Gyan Dan in his previous birth, okay, in the birth of a Gwala. So this is very famous story. And the other story is, of course, when he went to the Mahavidya Kshetra as a monk, and he listened to the divine sentience from Simandar Bhagwan, who was a Tirthankar there, and from there he came back to Bharat Kshetra and he wrote all these Granth. So that story is also very famous. So he had a special quality in him called Riddhi. It is called Riddhi. So this Muniraj have this special kind of talent or quality through which he can do certain extraordinary things. So he was having this Riddhi of, flying, but he never knew and he never used it also. So Digambar Acharyas have many special kind of qualities, but they never use it for their own purpose. So one day, this two Muniraj came down from Mahavidya Kshetra, and they took Kunkund Acharya along with them to Mahavidya Kshetra. And there he listened to Simandar Paramatma's divine sound. He was there for 7 days. He had many doubts. He got clarity of all those doubts. And when he came back to this Parakshetra, he wrote all these granths: Pravachan Sar, Samay Sar, Niyam Sar, Panchastikai, Ashtapahud. So in fact, he had written 84 pahuds. But all those are lost. Only we are having 8 now. Initially we had 6, and then subsequently 2 more were discovered. So we have 8 in all now. But it is said that there are many Talpatras in Mulbadri now, which has not been translated. And there are many Talpatras which Germans and Japanese people have also taken away. And that also needs to be identified what is written in them. But presently we are having 8 pahuds out of 84 pahuds. So these 8 pahud are 8 different independent granth on the conduct of a monk. So those are very good, out of which, in fact, we will be studying a summary of all the 8 ones in the 10th sem, 9th or 10th sem. But we are going to read the summary of all the Paramadams, Samay Sar, Pravachan Sar, Panchastikai, Niyam Sar, and Ashtapahud. So these are all his work.
Sir, with your permission, 2 lines I'll add.
Yeah.
This Granthas, no, after coming from Simandar Bhagwan Darshan, he has written in Punur Malai. It is near 100 kilometers from Chennai. That Punur Malai is Tapobhumi. Still, it is his path. Charan Padaka is there.
Yeah.
If you search in the net, it is coming. I want to tell my friends, please, once you visit the Tapobhumi, it is very near, 100 kilometers from Chennai, Punur Malai. Please, it's very nice.
I had the privilege to go to there in 2012. In 12 only.
The Gufa also is there where he has did tapas.
And I was there for 1 month.
Oh, you, sir, we
I
have
was
been
there
seeing
for
from
1 month, and every day we went to that mountain. It's a very short mountain.
Hill.
Yeah, hill.
That never dried, sir. I am seeing for my since so small. Our village is 10 kilometers from that Ponur Malai. It never dried. The shrub always green. We never seen that hill of dried, sir. Even in that place, no, hottest place. Never dried. Please, our friends, I'm telling, once you have darshan, dear.
Yes, everyone should visit there. We have our complex also there.
Yeah, very nice staying arrangement is there.
And we went around in January. There was no cold, but the climate was very good, and literally we went to that hill every day, once every day, and we enjoyed so much. And
sir, that Simandar Bhagwan temple people every day now also they are going up and doing puja and comes every day.
So that complex has been developed, and we can stay there, and there are all kinds of facilities over there. And I went along with Pandit Sumat Prakashji. So I was
Suman Prakashji. Okay.
So I got
lecture. Then you have
lectures also and discussion also.
Yes,
and we also enjoyed going into the.
Imagine Suman Prakashji is with you means very blessing, sir.
Yeah. So I had been to Sikharji with him for 1 month thrice.
My God.
1 month thrice. Whenever we go, we stay at one place for 20-30 days.
हमको भी मिलना चाहिए ऐसा ना अनुमोदन करना.
So there is a plan that he might come in
Sir, फिर
February.
भी आना. अभी मैं है ना, हम सब जाएंगे.
February or March he can come to Chennai. That is going on.
Okay, sir. You come with him, we all go, sir. Come.
Yes, definitely. I will inform you if I'm coming there.
Yeah, please inform. And our friends also, please, I'm requesting as a senior in your group, please have darshan one time better. Please.
So what we'll do, we'll get all the groups
Yes,
together
sir,
there
please.
someday.
Definitely, sir. It is
Ah.
our punya to have darshan, like how the Siddha Kshetra we are doing now. Each
Hmm.
inch villages around is footers there.
So we
that
will go
every-
there personally all, and we'll complete the syllabus there and there. We'll have classes twice or thrice a day, and we can complete the syllabus of that SEM then and there itself. So the whole 6 months, then you can, freely do revisions, whatever you like. So definitely we will go there
village people
someday.
for us, Kundukunda Padakam Charan is like Siddha Kshetra for us, for our village people.
So very good sadhana bhumi. Actually, you will feel the vibes there that are very conducive to meditation and all. So you'll really enjoy it. But you should take time and go. It's not that you go one day and come back. It's not like that. Mostly people want to cover many places in a few days only. So they don't stay
But
at
sir,
particular place.
everybody will not be lucky like you to stay 1 month with
So I say
Sukan
if you go for 4 days, you go 4 days, but stay at one place. So at least you can enjoy, there. And like if you keep on traveling, you also get tired also. So you cannot enjoy if you travel very much, So staying at one place, but whatever time you have, maybe 4 days, 5 days, but staying at one place will definitely be more enjoyable experience for all of you. So these are the books that Acharya Kunkund have written. Along with that, he has written Dadvas Anupreksha. So that is about Bara Bhavna that Kunkund Acharya has written. Then there is Das Bhakti, there is Rayansar, and Mulachar also said to be his work. Are also said to be his works means there are difference of opinion on this. Some say Mulachar is written by Kunkund Acharya. Some say Mulachar is written by some other acharyas. So there is a bit of controversy, but all the other 5 books that I've just now read the names, that are all written by Kunkund Acharya Dev. And of course, Dvadas Anupreksha and Das Bhakti. And Rayansar and Mulachar are in doubts, but maybe or may not be. And it is also said he wrote a commentary named Parikrama on the first 3 parts of Shatkhandagam, and it is not available. So he went to Videsh Kshetra, and it was in Vikram Samvant 990. So it must be around 550 years after Bhagwan Mahavir's Nirvana. Something more than that, maybe 600 something years, something like that. So we are very lucky that we are having all these Granth in full. Samay Sar has 415 verses, then Pravachan Sar has 275 verses, then Panchastika, I don't know, Niyam Sar is also around 187 verse. And there are some very good commentaries. Samay Sar, Pravachan Sar and Panchastika's commentaries are written by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev and Acharya Jaisena. And for Niyam Sar, the commentary is written by Muniraj Padma Prab Maldari Dev. Superb, simply superb. So, and there is no commentary available in Ashtapad, but from any acharyas, but we have Bhavarth from Pandit Jaichandji Chabda. So these are all available things with us. We are very lucky to have that. So it is said that he wrote 84 Pahuds. It is also said that he wrote a commentary named Parikrama on the first 3 parts of Shatkhandagam. So Shatkhandagam had 6 parts, out of which 3 parts he wrote a commentary. Samay Sar is the great unique treatise of Jain spiritualism. Pravachan Sar and Panchastika have detailed description of the Jain principles. So Pravachan Sar and Panchastika is more focused on Vastu Vyavastha, you know, the exact nature of substance, attributes, and modifications. All these are mentioned in Pravachan and Panchastikai. And Samay Sar is unique granth on, it is called Adhyatam Ka Granth, Samay Sar. Pravachan Sar and Panchastikai are also Adhyatam, but Samay Sar is more into descriptive knowledge. So, above three granths are known as Natak Trayi because they are written in the form of a drama by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. So all these three granths are called Natak Trayi, Prabhrit Trayi. Prabhrit means granth. So it is also called Prabhrit Trayi and it is also called Kunkund Trayi. Acharya Amrit Chandra has written elaborate commentaries on the three in the Sanskrit language. So all these granths were originally written in Prakrit by Kunkund Acharya Dev, and then subsequently the commentaries written by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev were in Sanskrit. Commentaries of Acharya Jaisen, who came, so Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev was here after 1000 years after Kunkund Acharya Dev. And after 300 years from Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, Jaisen Acharya was there, and he also has also written a commentary on these three granths. During the last 40 years, spiritual minded Sri Kanji Swami has made Kunkund's literature accessible to common people. So it was last 40 years, maybe 40 years ago. So now we have from 1935, 1935, Swamiji adopted Digambar Jain Dharma, 1935, in the year 1935, and we are now at 2023. So almost 88 years, since 88 years, Kanji Swami has made Kunkund's literature accessible to common people. He has done a commentary, he has done a discourse on all the granths of Kunkund Acharya Dev, word by word, and Pravachan Sar, he has preached in the General Sabha 5 times, and Samay Sar, he has preached in 19 times, and one full discussion on one full granth used to take 1.5 years, and he continuously did, and he explained each and every word. That's why we have been very lucky to have these granths with us, so we can understand what Kunkund Acharya wants to say, what Acharya Amrit Chandra wants to say, and what Jaisen Acharya wants to say, and what Pandit Jaichandji Chhabda, who has written a Bhavarth on Samay Sar, and Pandit Rajmalji Pandey, who has written a Kalash Tika, and then of course there are some other acharyas also who have written commentaries on Samay Sar, and there are few Vidwans also. Banarsi Dasji has written Natak Samay Sar based on the Kalash Tika of Pandey Rajmalji. So in this way we have got on Samay Sar, we have got many other literature also. So during the last 40 years, spiritual minded Sri Kanji Swami has made Kunkund's literature accessible to common people. He gave discourses on these, had easy and cheap publication of the same, and made them immortal from the worldly point of view by getting the Parmagam temple built in Sodngad. and by getting the text of Samaysar, Pravachansar, Panchastikai, Niyamsar with their commentaries engraved on the marble slabs of the walls. So that whole temple, on the walls, you can see all these granth plus their commentaries are engrossed, So even if tomorrow, supposing an earthquake comes and everything gets destroyed, still this granth will be available if somebody digs that place, and that way this granth will be preserved for a long period of time. But of course, with internet and cloud and everything, so the coming generations are also going to get benefit out of all these things. So this Parmagam temple, specially built in Songad, and Songad has also become now Tirth San, place of pilgrimage. And there is a Pratishtha coming up in January of Bahubali Bhagwan, long statue of 57 foot long, just like we have Gomte's Bahubali in Karnataka. Similarly, this long statue would be, it's already installed, but there is a Pratishtha that is going to come up in January, and I'm going to be there. So if anybody is coming, we'll all meet there. There are many Parmagam students who are going there. So we are going to have when Swanubhuti ji is also coming. So she'll be there in Songad from 22nd to 24th. And we usually have good meetings over there among Parmagam students. So whoever wants to come, they can book tickets and, attend this Panch Kalanak. It is going to be from 19th Jan to 26th Jan, 7 days. And if anyone is planning to come there, they should book ticket accordingly.
I'm coming only for one day. One
Yeah.
or 2 days.
1 or 2 days. Okay.
21st and 22nd, I think, on the main.
So the Pratishthas will happen on 25th.
22nd. I think Pratishtha is on 22nd.
No, it will begin, and like the main actual Pratishtha 25th. So we have first Garbha Kalyanak, then Janma Kalyanak, then we have Diksha Kalyanak, then Keval Gyan Kalyanak, and Moksha Kalyanak. So we have 5 Kalyanaks, and so if you are coming on 21 and 22.
I think just that weekend.
Okay,
Because
yeah, so mostly people will be coming at that point of time.
I heard, sir, that Bhagwan is placed some 90 feet or something to remember that Kanji Swami is lived for 90 years like that. That pedal or Bhagwan height, something connect with 90.
Okay.
Yeah, that when we had darshan, no, Bhagwan was lying. They are making.
Yeah, they were. I was also.
Yeah.
It was lying there since 7-8 years.
Yeah, completed, but lying down that time.
So now with a huge crane, they have already installed the Pratima.
Installed,
now, yeah, already installed.
Okay.
Long back, 2 years back, it was installed.
Oh.
Before, I think after the COVID, I suppose. And then there were some construction to be carried out, and that has also been done. And so there will be a Pratishtha. Now that Pratima ji will be Pratisthit with mantra and all,
You have to see that art gallery, painting of Samayasa. That is also very beautiful. That one.
So nice. We had talked about Ponur Malai also, and we have talked about Songad also. So
yeah, as if we are in the Kund Bhagwan ka.
Our mumukshus save their holidays for this kind of tirthyatras, But people have to adjust the kids' dates, schooling, and vacation and all. So the above Parmagam temple has become a place of pilgrimage and a site worth seeing. The present lesson has been written on the basis of Pravachansar and Panchastikaya and their commentaries. Readers are advised to study seriously the treatises of Kun in order to understand the subtleties and the principles of Jain spiritualism. So this was all about Acharya Kun Dev's introduction. Now we'll move on to the chapter, the 6 cases. So in grammar, everyone have studied 6 cases, but we must have forgotten by now. So again, you will memorize, that memory will come back to you once you read through this chapter. And so the first maybe 5-6 paragraphs is about Pravachan Sarji Granth, from where this particular chapter has been adapted. Okay, so it is been adapted from Gatha number 16 of Pravachan Sarji. So the speaker is giving the background of Pravachansar, what Pravachansar consists of, and how many adhikars are there, and what are the name of each adhikar, and everything is given there in the introduction. So we will read the introduction of the Pravachansar first wholly, and then the chapter about 6 cases will begin. So Sasikala ji, and now next will be so Jin Priya ji.
Yes, Ji. Which para should I start here?
6 cases from the beginning of the chapter. Not yeah.
From the speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 1 second. I have the book. Speaker. 6 cases. Grammar. Speaker. I bow to you, Ho Vardhaman Bhagwan, the advocate of the path of emancipation, whom the lords of heavenly beings and the asuras adore and wash off their impurities of the bondage of karma. This is the sacred Pravachansar. Acharya Kundu Dio wrote it about 2000 years back. Acharya Amrita Chandra has written the great commentary Tattvatva Pradipika in Sanskrit, as great as the original work itself. There are 3 big chapters of this commentary. First, Jnana Tattva Prajnapan, Geya Tattva Prajnapan, Charananu Yoga Suchak Suchlika. We are at the 16th verse of Jnana Tattva Prajnapan chapter. It has been shown here that achievement of the pure soul with perfect most independent, having no adherence to other cases. The meaning is that no support of any non-self substance is needed for psychical consciousness and psychical happiness. The soul have attained its natural attribute, is omniscient, worshipped by the whole world and born of itself. This has been asserted by Jinendra Dio. The Acharya wants to say here that from real point of view, the soul has no case relationship with any non-soul element. This being in vain, unhappy is his restlessness for the association of objects other than the soul. The student, what is the relationship of cases? What are the cases? Please explain these at length.
So let's first understand the Pravachan Sarji's introduction, and then we will move on to the exact where from the chapter of 6 cases starts. Okay, so the first 2 lines written here in English it is not written, but in Hindi it is there. It is the Mangla Charan
Hello.
So do I need to do anything in this AI companion?
No, no, my mistake.
Okay. So I'll just minimize it.
Yes.
Okay. So it is a Mangla Charan of Pravachan Sarji Granth. I will read the Prakrit Gatha and then I will explain the meaning. Of course, the meaning is given there in the initial few lines of the speaker. So the exact lines are like this. Esa sura surmanu sinda vandidam dod gayakam amalama padmami vadmanam titham dhammasa kattaram. एस यह मैं, आई, सुरा सुर मणु सिंध वंदिदम. So sur means lords of heavenly being. Then asur means lord of hellish being. And then Manu means Manushya, Lord of the Manushyas. Okay, so three lords of heavenly beings, lords of hellish beings, and lords of this Bharat Kshetra Manushya Yoga. Okay, so these three lords bows to Vardhaman Bhagwan, Vardhaman Swami, you know. So, Esa Surasur Manu Sindha Vandidam Dod Gai Kamalam. The one he is bowing to that Lord who has destroyed all the obscuring karmas, khati karmas, okay. Padamami, I bow to thee. Namaskar karta hu. Vaddamanam is Vardhaman Swami, Mahavir Swami, last Tirthankar. Titham is Tirth Roop. Dhammasa Kattaram, Dharma ke karta, doer of religion. Okay. So, I bow to thee, O Vardhaman Bhagwan, the advocate of the path of emancipation. So, Titham it was written, no? So, he is the advocate of the path of emancipation or liberation. So, because of this diamond sound of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, we are able to know this path of liberation. Okay, so original source is Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. From there, the Gandhar preceptor took it, and from Gandhar preceptor, other acharyas took it, and it was just passing on to passing, and then it was written by. It was written in book form. It started around 683 years after the salvation of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. So the books got started writing on that, and from then on, the tradition is still continuing, and these books have come as in that form, in that tradition of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. So this is the sacred Pravachan Sar. So these two lines, you know, that has been taken from Pravachan Sar. So I bow to thee, O Vardhaman Bhagwan, the advocate of the path of emancipation, whom the lords of heavenly beings and the asuras. Asuras means lords of hellish beings. Adore, okay, and wash off their impurities of the bondage of karma. So these three lords, they actually bow to Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, and when they bow to him means they follows the preachings of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, and by following their preachings they can wash off their all impurities of the bondage of karmas. So this is sacred Pravachan Sar. Though these two lines has been edited from Pravachan Sarji Granth. Why this introduction of Pravachan Sar? Because the chapter that we are going to discuss on 6 cases is based on the verse number 16 from Pravachan Sarji. This is the second Pravachan Sar. This is the sacred Pravachan Sarji. Acharya Kunkundev wrote it about 2000 years back. Acharya Amritchandra Dev has written great commentary Tattva Pratipika in Sanskrit, as great as the original work itself. So those commentaries are very famous, and they are the commentaries on the great works of Kunkundev, but that commentary has become so famous that that commentary itself is being considered as a original work. There are three big chapters of this commentary. Okay, this is about Pravachan Sar. So first one is Gyan Tattva Pragyapan. It is called metaphysics in English, and it is also called Samyak Gyan Adhikar. And in this whole chapter, it consists of Gatha number 1 to 92. And in this whole chapter, there are sub chapters, subdivisions further into 4 small chapters. So first one is Suddhopyog Adhikar, then there is Gyan Adhikar, then there is Sukh Adhikar, and then there is a Subh Parinam Adhikar. So these are 4 subdivisions of Gyan Tattva Pragyapan. The second in the line is Gney Tattva Pragyapan. It consists of verse number 93 to 200, and it is also called Samyak Darshan Adhikar, and in English it is called epistemology. Okay, so this is also very famous. It has got 3 subdivisions. The first is Dravya Samanya Pragyapan Adhikar, then Dravya Vishes Pragyapan Adhikar, and then we have Gyan Gney Vibhag Adhikar. Okay, so that runs through Gatha number 93 to 200. All these 3 included in that. Then we are coming on to the third Adhikar. It is called Charnanuyog Suchak Chulika. So Chulika means what is not written in the book, that has all been included in Chulika. So this Chulika is called in English it is called ethics, So this consists of Gatha number 201 to 275, and it mostly covers rules about the conduct. Okay, what are the best practices that a monk should follow, and what are the problems that a monk can follow, and where the monks faltered. Everything has been written there in very clear-cut languages, and it also gives us remedies also if we are struck up anywhere in the life of a monk, then how to come out of it, out of that clutter. And so this is also very good adhikar. So this adhikar tells us what we should do and what we should not do. So basically it's on ethics. So these are the three major big chapters of this commentary. And we are at the 16th verse of Gyan Tattva Pragyapan, the first one, Gyan Tattva Pragyapan. So here again the Gatha is given, but in English it is not given. So I'll just read out the meaning. We are at the 16th verse of Gyan Tattva Pragyapan chapter. It has been so we started 2-3 minutes. So let me finish this one, but our time is over. So we are at the 16th verse of Gyan Tattva Pragyapan chapter. It has been shown here that the achievement of the pure soul with perfectly pure operative consciousness, or we call it as active consciousness, is most independent, having no adherence to other cases. Okay. So achievement of the pure soul, pure soul means achievement of the pure soul means Keval Gyan, So this Keval Gyan happens automatically. And how does it happen? That is all been shown in this chapter. But the main source is the 16th verse from Pravachan Sarji Granth. The meaning is that no support of any non-self substance is needed for psychical consciousness and psychical happiness. Atindriya Gyan and Atindriya Anand. Okay. Non-sensory knowledge and non-sensory happiness. The soul, having attained its natural attributes, is omniscient. Okay. So how this omniscient or the achievement of the pure soul, with perfectly pure operative consciousness. So how this is attained? The soul, having attained its natural attributes, is omniscient, worshipped by the whole world and born of itself. This has been asserted by Jinendra Dev. So here in this Pravachan Sarji Granth, in the 16th word, this has been written that the knowledge of omniscient, is being developed or modified, is born of itself. So no external source or nothing has helped in this evolution of omniscient knowledge. It is because of in its own. And this has been asserted by Jinendra Dev. The Acharya wants to stay here that from the real point of view, Nischay se, the soul has no case relationship with any non-soul element. कर्ता कर्म का संबंध नहीं है दूसरे कोई द्रव्य के साथ. This being is in vain unhappy in this restlessness for the association of objects other than the soul. So there is no relationship, but because of ignorance, this soul is suffering from miseries and restlessness by just chasing the instrumental causes. Okay. So the development of the modification is just because of its own 6 cases, and it is not dependent on its substance and attributes, as well as it's not dependent on any instrumental cause. So the 6 cases are inbuilt. Now, what is the relationship of cases? What are cases? These, from there the actual chapter starts. And this we will do tomorrow, and mostly we will be completing it also. Oh, it's a big chapter, so maybe tomorrow we may not complete it, but next week we can complete it, but we'll try to complete it tomorrow. If you read and come, then I can straightway, explain it. The matter is not much, but by giving an examples and all, it is looking so big, but we will be doing it with a shortcut, and I will explain you with examples, everything. So we will be mostly finishing it off, but let's see. So there are 6 cases and the names are given here. Karta, Karam, Karan, Sampradhan, Apadan, Adhikaran. These are Hindi names. Then we have English names also. So you can write it down tomorrow when I spell that out. Okay. So we'll continue from here tomorrow. Now our time is over. So it is always good to complete on time. Okay. So निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। 9 बार नौकार मंत्र गिनेंगे। जय जिनेन्द्र।